In this video we're going to show you how to take off the pedals. Very simple with the pedals there. The only thing you have to make note of is that each pedal does have a different thread. The right pedal is right-handed and the left pedal is left-handed. So try not to mix those up. Pedals in general are self-tightening. So when it comes to tightening the pedals, as long as you get them relatively tight, they will maintain their tightness. They shouldn't loosen off. The thing is with the pedals here, we have two options with taking the pedals off. We have a pedal wrench here and then a 15 mil wrench here. One thing you'll notice is just like how much leverage advantage you have with an actual proper pedal wrench. Pedals like this you actually can fit just a standard wrench here, but the downside is you don't really have a lot of force on the pedal here. If I were to go and try to take this off, you might be at a little bit of an awkward angle and then you're going to have to really work on it. It's possible, but it's definitely a little bit easier with the pedal wrench there. So once you get it loosened off, you're just going to go to the left here and then just loosen off by hand. Another thing you can do as well is just pedal forwards, and then eventually the pedal is going to come off there. Same thing with the right. So we're just gonna, I'm actually gonna use the proper pedal wrench on this one just because I do have to kind of reach around the bike to grab this one here. So we're just gonna loosen that off there, and then just cracking it loose, and just grabbing the pedal thread here, and then just pedaling forward to take the pedal off. Finger tight is always handy when putting the pedals back on. And then, there you have the pedals off here. One thing you'll notice as well is on some of the pedals, they do have a left and a right. So with the left and the right, make sure you're not putting the left pedal on the right and the right pedal on the left. That's the only thing you need to worry about with there. Another thing as well with throwing on the pedals, using some grease or some anti-seize on the actual pedal threads themselves. So just putting a little dab, what that'll do is that'll make taking the pedals off easier in the future, as well as keeping it from rusting on if you do have a winter bike, or if the pedals never really get taken off. Just putting like just a little drop of lubricant, grease, chain lube, anti-seize, really anything is better than nothing. And just making sure the right is on the left and the left is on the right. So what we're always going to want to do is we're always going to want to tighten the pedal on by hand. So just making sure that it is always done with the force of your hand. You never want to put the left pedal onto the right or the right pedal onto the left there. So we're just going to tighten that on by hand. And then it should be good to go. And then just using just one of the pedal wrenches just to make sure it's tight there. Not going too extreme. You can also use a box style wrench or an actual wrench there. So with installing on the left side here, same thing, just tightening it by hand every time, all the way. You never want to install it with the actual tool itself, just because you never want to install it the wrong way, as well as cross thread it. Even if you do have the proper left pedal on the left and the right on the right, you never want to install it cross-threaded, because that will ruin a nice pair of cranksets. So this one, just going to use the box wrench, or just the actual wrench on this side, and just putting a little bit of force there. And that's really all there is to taking off and reinstalling the pedals. Really the key is just making sure that you're installing the right pedal onto the right and then the left pedal onto the left, and then that's really all you need to do, and then just put a little dab of grease or lubricant and then you should be fine.